What's up, everyone? And this is Next Level Thinking. What's up, everyone? It's another great episode of Next Level Thinking, as we always help you elevate to the next level. It's your host, Chris Holmes. I almost slipped. Hey, I'm natural, human. But it's your host, Chris Holmes, as always. And today I have my special guest by the name of
Erika, the PR diva, and Yulu.
Hey, she got a little ring to it too. She was feeling herself. That's what we want. That's what we want. So go ahead and tell the audience a little bit more about yourself as we dive into your story.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me today. My name is Erika Enyulu. I am a celebrity and entertainment publicist.
Say what? Celebrity?
Yes, boy. Yes. I work with the stars, okay?
Hey.
Hey, I am also a serial entrepreneur. So I am a networking expert. I have some of the biggest fashion industry platforms here in Toronto, Canada, and in Montreal, Canada. I also am investing in the real estate and stock market. I had to pivot a lot due to the pandemic, but a little bit brief introductions on my companies. I am the CEO and founder of PR DIVA Communications, which is a boutique PR agency that I work with clients across the world with. I work with clients across the world. I'm also the co-founder of When Fashion Meets, as I mentioned earlier, which is one of the biggest free fashion industry networking platforms here in Canada. I am also, lastly, head of PR and media relations and a managing partner of African Fashion Week Toronto. It's a mouthful.
Gotcha. Hey, that gave me plenty to talk about. So are you still there? Yeah, we got to see the beautiful face over there. So that's, I'm glad I got my passport. You over in Toronto and all that. Okay, doing some big things. So
Thank
let's
you.
go ahead. Oh, you're welcome. So let's go ahead and dive a little bit more deeper into you. So where did this all start? So like, was this always a dream of yours, or did you have influence by somebody? So let's start with from there.
You want to know the truth?
Oh yeah, put the truth
Or you
out.
want me to give you the fake truth? Okay.
If you put that lie on my heart, no, I'm messing with you. Go ahead and give us the truth.
So to be honest with you, I did not see this for my life. I do come from an entrepreneurial background, but I won't lie to you. I wanted to be a housewife. I wanted to marry a baller.
Shot collar.
Shot collar. Oh, I love that song. I want to be I won't lie to you. I wanted to be a trophy wife. Like I wanted to be at home with the kids and have my family. And I was always very ambitious. I always had that spirit, but I wanted the easy way out. There was a side of me that was hustle, go getter. But then I also wanted I just have my rich husband and live that fairy tale fantasy type of life.
Hills.
Yes, definitely. But, I'm Nigerian Canadian. I was born here, but have a Nigerian background. And in our culture, education is key. My parents were like, you have to go to university.
They didn't play no games, did they?
They played no games. You know how it is. So I really appreciated that because it did give me that courage and momentum to propel my career after high school in ways that I would never imagine.
Hey, see how she did that? She's just smooth with it.
I'm going to hold on to it so that doesn't happen again. So really quick story about me. I have my degree from communication and media studies. And after school, I was trying to get different jobs in the corporate sector. And it was really difficult being, a minority, being a Black woman with the stuff we were facing. And this was decades ago. I was just struggling. I would apply for jobs and no one would hire me. And it was very frustrating. So I was just like, what can I do? So finally, I got a job after graduation. I interned at a radio station. I got a freelance position at one of Canada's biggest TV stations. And I was working there for 4 years, got laid off, and I was degree, trying to get opportunities in my field. Like I wanted to be in marketing and entertainment, and it was so hard. So I was volunteering, freelancing a lot.
Okay, so before you go even further, I want to go ahead and give you like the alley-oop, give you more value on this because I want you to slow down for a reason. So like during this, it's always you go through, let's say, the turbulence, the storms, all that and much more right before you really get into like finding your purpose. It's like it's part of the journey of the marathon. So
Mhm.
what was going through your head during this whole transitional challenges so that the people can relate to? And then how did you overcome that? Because that is going to be really key, because I guarantee you there's someone on here listening probably going through that exact same thing, especially with the glass ceilings and the walls with women in corporate America. I had another close home girl that went through that. So go ahead and grab the mic and kill it.
Honestly, it took an emotional toll on me. It was really, really frustrating because everybody was saying no to me. There were so much doors getting closed in my face. So I did suffer depression from that. I suffered with self-esteem issues. I thought I wasn't good enough. I went to school, paid all this money to get a degree, to struggle to get a corporate position or even entry level positions at that. So it really took a toll on my mental health. So I really just prayed to God and tried to surround myself with a good network of people to support me and research strategies just to get my foot in the door. How I got into the TV station company, which was my first job, funnily enough, it was a job agency that was looking for an administrative assistant. And I was like, I'm doing an admin entry level role where I invested 30,000 plus on university education to do that role, what I didn't need a degree for, but that was how I got my foot in the door. So how I dealt with that was just trial and error and just praying to God. And I just kept on being persistent. You cannot give up. And I had to research other ways to figure out how can I get over this? And that's why I became an entrepreneur. I had to control my narrative. Those doors were closing in my face. So I had to build the door myself and walk through my own door. And I created opportunities for me without relying on other people to do that for me. And that's what happened.
Awesome, awesome. And I'm glad you put all those key points, especially with like your circle relationship with people, your faith, of course. And then it's like that self-development and building back that confidence and believing yourself and much more. And that's where I believe everything, the world is yours, but you have to
Yeah.
believe it and protect the circle around you so that you can continue in your journey in life. So what happened afterwards?
So fast forward, I got eventually 2013, I got a marketing managerial role, which was great. Finally, I have the expertise and all the experiences. Before that, I was freelancing and I would come to LA. I tried to get as much experience as possible because their excuse was you don't have enough experience, but I had a
Oh, that
degree.
is annoying. Experience.
Boy, so
It's
I
like
went
I
to
went to school all through this. I mean, like I'm relating to you too. And then it's like you have your resume all nice and good, and you're like, well, you look like a great candidate. Hold on, you look like a great candidate on paper, but we're looking for someone with a little bit more experience.
all the time. It was daunting, and I went to LA. I was working with the NAACP Image Awards. Like I was hustling, working award shows, freelancing, volunteering, doing what I had to do. I was even a background actress. I was doing everything to get my hands in the entertainment industry to gain as much experience as I can because I was tired of people saying no. So fast forward when I got that marketing manager role, even my boss at the time, shout out to my old boss, love her. She was one that encouraged me. She's like, you're overqualified. You don't deserve this role. Like people deserve you. LA deserves you. But I was there for about a year or so. And then with, company politics, as a woman of color, I was going through a lot of drama with this company and I just decided to quit. I remember 2015, I finished working at the NAACP Image Awards. I'm taking selfies with like Kevin Hart and Idris
You're like, look at
Elba.
this, yeah.
This is the life. And I was like, yeah, I'm done. I can do this for myself. I had to build that confidence and just speak it to the universe and manifest it. And I was working with a mentor at the time. So that's a big gem. Get a mentor that sees your vision, that will help to encourage and inspire you. My mentor is amazing. And he's like, you can do this, Erika. And with the support of my boss, funnily enough, at the company, she was like, you can do this. My mentor, I quit my job. And then I founded my first company, which is PR DIVA Communications.
And that sounds like the story, one heck of a story. New York Times telling all that much more. You may need to write a couple of books about that, but I'm glad you hit on that because it is going back to having the confidence to be yourself, and then stepping away from what is always comfortable and doing
Mhm.
the things that you need to do. And what you know about the universe? Ain't that little wetness over there coming out? No. But that's good though, because we always got to be learning and open and knowing the value of ourselves. So
Definitely.
to throw the ball so you can knock it out the park is tell the audience, especially the women, the importance of knowing the value of yourself. Uh-oh.
Yes. So to be honest with you, like we have so much adversities that we deal with and so much things in society that tells us that we're not good enough, that we're not smart enough, but we have to know that we are kings and we are queens. And to my queens listening, we got this. You just have to be around a motivated circle. I had some friends that didn't support me. It's so important that you go into tunnel vision and you focus solely on people who want to see you win, and make sure you're around that community, whether they're friends, family. If you have goals that you want to accomplish, literally focus on that. Don't let naysayers deter you, because a lot of times people do this based off their insecurities, or they're scared to see you win. So I always say to tell people, be around people that want to see you win and create relationships with strangers that are where you want to be. If there are 10 millionaires, you're going to be the 11th millionaire. If there's 50 billionaires, you will be the 51st billionaire in that circle. Like, you need to align yourself for where you want to be to see your future. And that's the one advice I can always tell my queens, because I was in a circle of people that I feel like they weren't understanding my life. I was trying to hustle to build my business, and some of them are supportive, some of them are not. They wouldn't understand why I'm not able to come to their events. Like, they were working the corporate life, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I had to quit that life to build my future and build my career. And then, certain functions that on the weekends, I'm working. As entrepreneurs, we work 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We don't really take breaks. So we're trying to make it. And, we rely on our income solely. So when they have their fixed income, that's, the regular 9 to 5, they have that time after work to do whatever they got to do. Their weekends are usually free. Me, hey, Erika, we need you here. I can't make it. And I could see the drift that my friendships were occurring because of my entrepreneurship. And then, we go crazy as entrepreneurs. My mental wasn't there. And I think that also caused, so I don't blame my friends. I also blame myself. I didn't know what I was getting myself into being an entrepreneur. I have some families members that, they get upset that they don't have my time. And it's not because I'm trying to purposely do it. I'm speaking the gospel, I know. So these are things that any entrepreneur watching this, they'll relate to, but you have to stay the course, because when you're the multimillionaire and the fame and everything's coming to you, that's when everybody's going to still be on you. They won't even care. They'll realize the hustle, but it's unfortunate that they'll realize it later, not while it's happening.
With that, we will now open the doors of the church.
Amen. Where's the offering?
Oh, you hit on so many different things. I'm like, oh, wow. What should I hit on? Because accountability, basically being around a mentorship, which is a very huge thing. Going back to the surrounding circle, believing in yourself, believing yourself when others don't believe in yourself. There's so much into that. So you hit on a lot of strong points, and that is, and then on top of that, let's go back more on this one, time. So especially in entrepreneurship, it's completely different from a traditional 9 to 5. With that said, nothing wrong with 9 to 5. Everybody has their own little thing that fits for them. But when you come to entrepreneurship, your time is everything. And if you make mistakes on that, it all comes back to you. So one thing that I want you to put even more up on is like the importance of managing your time. And then for those who don't understand, this is a tough one. How can you tell the people who don't understand, like, I don't have time for you? Because you have success that's right here. But in order to reach that success, you have to put more focus in your craft or your vision.
Okay, so do you mind repeating the first question one more time? I'll answer 2 parts.
So the first one mainly is the importance of managing your time. And then basically
how do you tell people?
Yeah, basically, because you want to be focused on this, but you always have Susan, I just made up these names, trying to pull you away. Be like, hey, I need your time when you need to spend that time on your vision.
Definitely, great questions. Honestly, with time management, it's everything. Outside of even entrepreneurship, just in your regular day-to-day life, being organized is key. And I'll be very transparent. Sometimes I am not organized. Sometimes I'm not on time. Sometimes I'm all over the place because, again, I'm a female. I am human. There's a lot of things I go through. And I think for me, how I try to manage my time to the best of my ability is I do my best to organize myself. I have my iPhone is amazing. I put all my alerts there. Like even today, I had so much meetings and Zoom meetings scheduled, and it just like organizing myself in that way and just structuring yourself. I have many businesses that I'm working on, plus the newfound love Clubhouse. I have 2 major clubs on there. So people are pulling me like every left, right, up, down, and it's a lot, but I just try to prioritize myself. So there's certain things I have to do, like I have to eat. I just really write down everything.
I had to laugh.
No, sometimes
She was like, you had to sit there like, look, you have to eat. Look, I know you want to hustle and get this cash.
Sometimes you get carried away and you don't do those things. I'll be on the computer and I don't want to leave. I hold my urine. I don't want to go to the bathroom. Like you need to really prioritize what's important. So you need, like, I literally schedule everything, and that's the easiest way for me. Sometimes putting on alerts, alarms to do stuff, drink your water, take your vitamins. That's the way I can organize myself. So that's the best structure. There's a lot of apps that help you to organize your life, but being in entrepreneurship, it's so important that you have your goals and you do deadlines for yourself. And if you don't do the deadline, have a backup deadline, but you have to follow it because that's the only way to be successful. I manage a lot of different email accounts, different businesses, different social media accounts. So I'm always on the go. So it's very important that I organize myself. It's so key if you want to be successful. And if you can't do it, hire people, look at sourcing interns or assistants. In the past, I've had freelancers. Even currently, I'm sourcing out interns to help me because definitely I did pivot and things got very slow during the pandemic. But with the birth of Clubhouse, I've been booked and busy. Okay.
Hey.
So thank you. And I thank God for that. And I've been just trying to organize myself to find, so I don't want to ever like not complete a task. It does bother me and it kind of weighs on my spirit and kind of gets me stressed. So I always try to organize myself as best as I can. And if I can't do something, I get assistance to help me facilitate that goal, especially when it comes to work. In regards to telling people that I don't have the time for them, before it was really hard, but now I don't got the time for you, sweetie.
She put her foot down on that. Was like, I don't have time for you, sweetie.
No, and respectfully, it's coming from a place of love. Like people that know me now, that really, really know what I've been doing, they understand. I feel like the right people in your life understand. My best friend of over 20 plus years, she gets it. She gets me. She knows when I say I gotta go, I gotta go. There's some times where I'm chilling and I'm on the phone with her for hours, and there's times you build a community of people that actually understand you, and people can understand you, then it makes sense. I've had friends who just didn't understand my life. They would say things to me like, I don't know how you work and some months you're not making any money, because it does happen, to be honest. And but that's not for them to understand. That's for me to understand. If me not making money on months, it shouldn't affect you. So that shouldn't be a concern to you. But I realize people with that mindset, they'll never really understand me. So I have a community of people who do understand me. So when I say I can't do anything, me saying it, or I can't make it, or I'm focusing on this, they understand. And again, I have a lot of people in my network that are entrepreneurs. So there's not even time to really just talk and hang out and do that anyways, because we are naturally busy. It's so important, your circle, because when you want to elevate in your life, not everybody can go. So you need to stay to the course, have that tunnel vision, and be around a network. That I keep on going back to the same topics because that's the only way that I've been able to succeed. And it's unfortunate because during my weak point, I thought I was crazy. I thought I wasn't doing the right things because a lot of these people would be judging me, but you're not giving us your time.
And crazy people built this whole country. They call every last one of these innovators crazy.
Man. So that's the only advice I can give for you. You just have to, if you listen to other people, you will fail. You have to believe in what you want to believe, because at the end of the day, you're paying your own bills, and that's what gives you inner peace. So listen to yourself. Don't listen to other people, because a lot of people, they're giving you their insecurities, or they show you how they didn't fail, or they showed you how they failed or how they didn't fail. It doesn't matter what they do. Look at what you do, because everything is different for every single person. What God has put in you, only that's for you. So follow and be consistent to what you want to do, and you will succeed as long as you keep going at it. Do not give up.
Yes, we would like to open the doors for a second time. The offering table is coming again. I'm over here looking for notes. I'm like, well, I'm trying to find something I could, she knocked that out the park. Another home run. Well, let me see, great. You're making my job a heck of a lot easier. Keep going. But
I'm
that,
just speaking my truth, man. Just got to do it.
and this is why you need to tell your story. So that's why we're
Yeah.
recording it now. So because everything that you experience is a testimony, but also learning lesson. This whole thing could be a corporate lesson.
Yeah.
You can like re-listen to this thing several times and breaking down into segments. I'm just throwing you little gems and golden, nuggets out there if you want to take it. Just remember the little people, and you can break that down to a whole course and see you on these big platforms, Forbes, and all that, telling your story until
Yeah.
this
I'd be
corporate.
honored.
And that's what it's all about, is pushing to the limit. But you hit on so many different things, from accountability, your circle. Again, like you were saying, you hitting the same things, but you're diving that much more deeper into the topics,
Mhm.
which is very important. And everybody's going to have different situations, but they can all relate to this because it's like the same foundation over and over again. It just really
Mhm.
comes down to that's what I can do. So yeah, I got one more question, and then I want you to tell the audience where they can find you, but the importance of execution on everything, because that is what it really comes down to. We all can get motivated by watching these YouTube videos or seeing somebody else do great things or see that maybe like Mike and all that and much more. But when it really comes down to it, you got to execute. You can watch Michael Jordan, do all these fancy dunks, or LeBron James or Steph Curry hit some of three from the half court, and you think you can do all that, but much more. But it really comes down to execution, because if you haven't put the reps in and practicing, you're perfecting your craft. You're not going to just, oh yeah, I feel like being Steph Curry, airball. See, that's not how I thought it was going to go.
Mhm.
So
Very.
go ahead and kill it with the importance of execution.
You know, we have to manifest our lives. So at the end of the day, they say you can pray as much as you want, but you need to run, you need to walk. Like, you can't just expect God to bless you. You have to action the blessing. So execution is definitely key in anything that you do in life, and having the mindset to match that execution. Because if you feel like you're going to fail, you will fail. If you think you're going to win, you will win, because you're speaking it and you're believing it. So why I feel execution is so key is just, for me personally, when I started my businesses, I wasn't traditional where people get business plans and have corporate lawyers look into it. No, I just started. That's literally it. I
Go.
executed. Go. That was it. I just tried to, funnily enough, my whole career prior to starting as an entrepreneur, I was in a weird way building myself. I was branding myself without knowing. I was focusing so much on building experiences to get a corporate job for somebody else to hire me to pay them for their dream, when I'm like, why don't I just start my own dream? Why don't I just hire myself? So that's what I did. You have to look at your business as someone you're working
Did I
for,
just hear a
not
quote? Why don't I just hire myself? You may want to write that down and quote.
why don't I hire myself? And that's exactly, as entrepreneurs, we are our admin assistants, we are executive assistants, we are the CEOs, we are the janitors, we are the crisis communication experts. Everything as an entrepreneur, we do it all. So you're hiring yourself in so many ways, and you just got to keep consistent and be persistent, because in order to succeed in anything in life, especially in business, is persistent and doing it. Don't let people in your ear. Keep focused. Hire mentors, be inspired, be around people that you can align yourself with, that can keep you going. Because sometimes, like, I won't lie to you, in the past it was very hard for me to find that motivation, especially when I quit my job. I had my family like, what the hell are you doing? What do you mean you're going to quit? It was a lie, but I still stayed the course and went straight at it, and gave myself that expectation that I can do it, and I manifested it. I've had even people tell me that even my business names weren't, there was a time I was struggling to get clients, and they would give their opinions, and their opinions were fine, but I still had to stuck the course. I had friends tell me that you should change your business name. Maybe that's why you're not gaining clients, but I'm glad I still stuck through it. On top of building that business name, my business name was on stages, on concert stages with big screens with thousands of people looking at it for like concerts I've done. So I believed in myself. As long as you believe in yourself and your dreams, things will follow. But you have to stay consistent. You have to reset yourself and be okay. It's okay to fail. I failed many times before succeeding, and I'm still not where I want to be. There's certain levels, honey, there's certain levels to this game. But what happens is I don't give up, and I really, I have hard times where I'm just like, okay, I'm going to quit, I'm going to go. But I feel like it's like the devil trying to tell me to speak my way out of it when times get tough. But I always know there's always rain after the storm. So sorry, there's always the sun that comes in after the storm.
Try
So just,
Jesus, please don't try me.
you know, you just have to stay focused and stay consistent. And sorry about that. Stay consistent and continue to execute to do what you got to do. And I believe everybody can succeed. Everybody, if they just stay the course and, you know, cut off the naysayers and keep going, because you will succeed. And execution is key. Just take baby steps until you're leaping, soaring, flying.
Drops mic. So where can they find this beautiful queen? Because I'm over here trying to replace all the other mics and busted. You know, this one look like it's busted right now too. So it's all right. It's all good. Gonna bring it to stage a million. So where can they find this queen?
All right. Yes, you guys can reach out to me. I am on Instagram. My personal page is at the PR Diva, and my company pages are PR Diva Communications on Instagram. My website is prdivacommunications.com. And those are I have other websites too, but I don't want to bore you guys. So just follow me on Instagram. They're the PR Diva, and then we can connect there. Thank you so much.
Awesome, awesome. She did a fantastic job knocking it out the park. And, you know, that's what it's all about, elevating you to the next level, gain that inspiration from other people's stories so that you can relate and start dominating in your life. So we're wrapping it up. It's your host, Chris Holmes, as always. And then, of course, I have the lovely, you know, just knocking out the park, my special guest by the name of
Erika, the PR Diva Enilu.
Look what that $1 million smile. So make sure that you subscribe, comment, and much more, and share the stories, because it's all about taking you to the next level. Can't do this without you. So be great, dominate, and live your life in prosperity. Much love and peace.